What's going on, everybody? Corey here, and today's going to be a little bit different. So if you followed me on Instagram in the past, you know that I do deck reviews on IGTV, and I decided to just do this over here on YouTube. So that's what's going on today, is a deck review for a new deck I got in the mail from Organic Playing Card Company, Pharaohs. And so I'm going to, it's a deck, at the end of the day, it's a deck of cards. So I'm already going to say about it a whole lot. But I used to have a rule when doing playing card reviews over on my Instagram that certain things I would not hold the company responsible for. And as I get more and more of these, small batch decks like this, where there's 2,500, 5,000, however many are printed, I'm seeing a lot of traces that we see in bicycle playing cards, which is one of the reasons I don't use bikes as my playing card. Well, there's so many better decks out there, so much better quality of printing decks. So I'm no longer not going to hold them accountable for the printing process, because if you're having a deck printed, you should have standards, and you should be able to go back to the printer and say, hey, these aren't up to our standards. These aren't up to the public standards. So I've given some decks in the past, ECAT's Fox deck, Red Fox deck, I've given a pass in the past. And first playing cards I've given a pass to for this, and I'm no longer doing that, because at this point, these decks are too much to have garbage printing. So maybe that gives you a little bit of a precursor to what I'm going to talk about with these. But I wanted to get that out there. So if you've watched anything in the past, you know that I've just said, oh, I'm not going to hold the company responsible because blah, 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 blah. And that's no longer the case. It's your responsibility. But let's get into the Pharaohs, an organic playing card company. So if you're not familiar with OPC, they do a lot of fun decks like this. So they've got peelers, they've got snackers, they've got just about anything you can think of fun deck wise. In fact, I've got a couple snackers. I've got like the strawberry snackers, the blackberry snackers. I think that's the banana peelers that I have, and a few other of their decks. And I've always loved them. I've loved the design, is the main reason I get them. But they usually always have a great feel. So I have shuffled these. In fact, I have them in stack order. So let's get to the Jokers. So you get two Jokers, standard. They do not match. So you have a kind of a standard Joker, and then you have a card reveal Joker for the Four of Clubs, which I really like that. If you want to do, whatever you want to do to get to this Four of Clubs, I enjoy that aspect of it. You get an extra Four of Clubs, and then you get a double backer. Now, using the double backer, I'll actually kind of go over the back design. It's nothing crazy. You've seen it. So it is a blue back design with spurts of milk and Cheerios or Pharaohs in each splotch of milk. Now you can see on this one a little bit the printing issue. So you see this wide border, narrow border, wide border, narrow border. That's not just on the double backer. That's on the Queen of Hearts. It's on the Two of Spades. It's on the 5 of diamonds, and continues that way throughout the entire deck. So essentially giving you a one-way back design, which I know a lot of people really like that kind of stuff, and that's been the joke for bicycles for years, that, oh, I've got a one-way back design, I can do all sorts of things now. I personally don't want that in my deck of cards. But I digress. Let's go through and look at some of these cards. So, faces. The black cards are a deep kind of blue color, and red cards are yellow. Your court cards are going to have these fun designs. So the King of Hearts here, he's got a spoon to his head, he's got a bowl of cereal. Let's look at the other court cards. We've got the Jack there, that is holding something with a little guy, and I don't know what that is, if that's another thing of cereal, or if that's probably a toy from a cereal. That's probably what that is. King of Spades has a giant, or King of Clubs, I'm sorry, has a giant spoon. The Queen of Clubs is holding a, come on, focus, is holding a Pharaoh's box. Jack of Diamonds is holding what looks like a cereal bar. Queen of Diamonds is pouring milk into her cereal. The King of Diamonds has like a cereal milkshake. The Jack of Spades is really fun. He has a milk mustache as he's slurping the milk from his bowl. The Queen of Spades has the wheat to make the cereal. King of Spades has his bowl of cereal with some fruit. If I hide, that'll show up a little better. Has a bowl of cereal with this fruit in there. The Jack of Hearts has a small, has a freezer bag or a Ziploc baggie with his cereal of snacks, Jack Snacks. And then the Queen of Hearts, I can't tell what all that is in her hand. But she's got a handful that might be sweeteners or something in her hand. I don't know. I can't tell yet. Looks like it could be sweeteners or something. But I always love what they do with the court cards. A lot of me often wishes that they would just keep the colors the same on the face. But I always love the court card designs. In fact, I would probably buy prints, large prints of the court cards if they had them available. Outside of court cards, feel of the deck, pretty standard. It's feels a little bit thinner than a normal bicycle stock. I don't know if bicycle prints these. It just says that OPC designed them. They're distributed by Riffle Shuffle. It does not say if anyone in particular prints these cards. But feel-wise, I like them. Pharaoh-wise, they faro really good. I haven't noticed any issues. Like, that went in really smooth. So, no issues there. I would have continued the shuffle, but I didn't want to mix up my cards. which I may have mixed up a little bit. Anyway, the box. It's a cereal box. In fact, you can see right over here is the half brick, which comes in like a bigger cereal box. On the back of the box, hold that up, you can see some fun things, maybe. Nutrition facts, serving size is 13 cards, servings per container is 4. That's the 13 cards per suit and 4 suits. You usually go through and find little fun things like that on the back of these. And then the ingredients: paper, premium stock, linen finish, cellophane wrap, whole grain oats, cornstarch, sugar, salt, vitamins, and minerals. Whole grain, gluten-free on that side, Pharaohs on that side. On top of the tuck case, the most important meal of the day. So that's Pharaohs. I'm gonna go into a 5-star rating on the Pharaohs, and everything about the deck I like, except for one thing, and that is that off-center printing on the back. Because of that, I can't give these 5 stars. Because of that, I can't give this 4 stars. I'm going to give it a 3-star, which is right in the middle. Because this shouldn't be a thing. We're in 2022. I don't know who's, like, is it USPCC that's printing these? Like, why aren't we holding printers accountable? And I bet if I go through every single one of those decks that I bought and open them, they're all like this, which means that when they got their decks and they looked at them, or what they should have looked at, they would have seen this and they should have gone back to the printer and said, hey, this is unacceptable. So because of this printing, I had to give it a 3. Everything else is top notch. The feel of the cards, great. The way they Pharaoh, the way they shuffle, the artwork on the cards, great. I know a lot of people aren't fans of non-standard court cards, and especially non-standard colors. But I love what they do with the court cards. I do wish that it was a standard color, but it is what it is. And honestly, I would almost like to see them just not supply jokers and just supply 4 different gaff cards. So don't supply a duplicate, don't supply joker. Give me a double facer, a double back, kind of whatever to play around with. Because I have to make my own gaffs if I want to have gaff cards for this. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's not an in-depth review. It's not a great review. It's not what I do around here. But those are the Pharaohs. Like I said, 3 stars. The printing issue, we've got to start holding the printers accountable and tell them, like, no, this is not acceptable. You're going to reprint these. If you can't censor them correctly, we're going to have to go to another company to have it done. Like I said, in the past, I didn't used to hold the person who was selling the cards accountable for that. It was always, oh, well, I know, they went through the USPCC, and this is normal for them, blah, 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 blah. This shouldn't be normal. Having a one-way back design should not be normal when it's like this. If it's something that's intended within the card to create a one-way back, great. But when it's because you can't censor the image on the card, it's not acceptable. So 3 stars. I still love Organic Playing Card Company. I love seeing them out with next, and I can't wait to see what their next cereal brand is, because I can't imagine that they're not going to keep on the cereal bandwagon with these. So keep an eye out. You can follow them over on Instagram. I think it's just Organic Playing Card Company, and I think they've got a YouTube as well. And definitely check out the Riffle Shuffle website where you can buy your own Pharaohs if they're not sold out. There's a bunch of great, crazy different decks. That's pretty much what all of these are. These 3 boxes on top of my Nuggets box are all from RiffleShuffle.com. You see my snackers from Riffle Shuffle. So go check them out. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.